My name Nurul Atira binti Cik Hassan. My metric number A21A2969. I want to present about identification of symptom. The title of our case study is How Human Resources Lost Employee Trust and How to Get It Back. We found that several symptoms cause employee loss of trust in human resources. Among the symptoms seen in this case study is that employees feel concerns about the treatment of their manager or uncivil behavior from birth. This caused them to turn to their manager, then go to a trust colleague, and if they fail, they try to deal with it themselves. In addition, employees have less trust in human resources compared to high confidence in team leaders. Next, they also feel that they never share their frustration and are more comfortable telling their managers. However, they are also not sure that the manager will support it. Ironically, employees are increasingly worried about the problem they face, whether small or big, because they are not listened to by manager, causing those concerns not to be resolved. In addition, employees are more likely to share problems with human resources related to policies or simple complaints. For example, issues related to sexual harassment, discrimination, and ethics. Finally, employees feel concerns about culture or moral, such as dangerous interpersonal conflict, how leaders communicate with their team, and how strategic vision and directives are delivered because they think human resources leaders remain in the dark.
Hi, my name is Nur Atira binti Zulkifli and my metric number is A21A2970. I will present about problem statement. In cases where HR loses trust in employees, as a result, several problems are identified, including first, most human resources department only work for some employees. Second, some HR leaders may be tempted to push discovery with employees because they think the good things about employees will rub off on their managers. And the last one is employees are convinced that HR care more about their own company than about them.
Hello, my name is Natira binti Muhammad Nazir. My metric number is A21A2804. I present about problem analysis. First problem is that most human resources do not work for employees. This because employees do worry about sharing of all the problem faced, whether they are being treated by their managers or non-civil behavior for face. As a result, they try to find a solution to solve their problems by expressing their problem to the nearest person, and if there is no immediate person, they will solve the problem on their own. The next problem is some of HR leaders may be tempted to reject these findings on the ground that it is a good thing for them to turn their managers. This because employees will be less confident about complaining to HR for fear of being denied findings if they want to tell the problem. As a result, employees prefer to be quiet and harbor all frustration and take alternative by telling their managers, and at the same time they are also not convenient that their manager will support what they are complaining about. Lastly, another problem is that employees are convinced that human resources cares more about his own company than they do. Employees are anxious to share with human resources about interpersonal related problems such as mental problems because they only feel comfortable sharing common policy and complaints such as ethical issues. As a result, employees feel uncomfortable sharing their personal problems with human resources.
Next, about identification of alternative. Trust is one of the important factors that must be present to determine the success of a strong relationship between employees and human resources. In the work environment, we have a type of trust called work trust. Trust in the work environment should be maintained very well. Trust entrusted by superiors should be well guarded. When the trust is broken, it will not be easy to regain. Therefore, there are several alternatives to restore employee trust in human resources in this study. First, hold meetings between all departments and employees periodically. Second, human resources must involve himself with the employees who want to meet him. Third, human resources need a way to maintain the concept of share. Fourth, human resources leader can support concerned employees by coaching them on how to have difficult conversation with their coworker and manager. Fifth, encourage employee to reflect on past experience that may inform current affairs. Six, human resources need to mediate when employee situation cannot be resolved alone.
So, evolution of alternative. It is certain that all options will have positive and negative effect. Each alternative has pros and cons. They are as follows. First, hold meeting between all department and employees periodically. Advantage, make decisions faster. Each meeting accelerates decision making. Disadvantage, taking too much time. Meeting take too long, interfering with employees' work. Second is human resources must involve himself with employees who want to meet him. In advantage, we are strengthening the bond between employees. Meeting can strengthen employees' bonds. Employees should talk to HR face-to-face about problems. But disadvantage, HR has no time and is too busy with its affairs. Employees need more time with a manager to share about their problems. Alternative 3 is human resources must always maintain the concept of shared responsibility. In advantage, there is a harmonious atmosphere. A harmonious workplace can be created if HR does not discriminate against its employees. But disadvantage, some employees feel alienated and ignored by the leader. This common concept should alienate some workers. Employees or HR will communicate less when unmotivated. For a human resource leader can assist concerned employees by coaching them to conduct difficult conversation with colleagues and managers. Advantage, it causes pressure for employees. Fatigue, toxic work culture and disagreements can be handled by HR. But disadvantage, too friendly. Employee does not always accept HR who are too friendly and approachable to them. Rhymes can confuse employees. 5. Encourage employees to reflect on their past experience to inform their current work. Advantage, be able to understand and deal with current issue in more depth. In the future, it will serve as reference and lesson. Knowledge helps us better understand current issue. But disadvantage, the fear of speaking honestly with HR about workplace problem. It is common for employees to be afraid to speak honestly with their supervisor. It's because they lack confidence. And last one is human resources immediate when employee situation cannot be resolved alone. Advantage, makes it easier for workers to solve their problems they face. A conflict between colleagues cannot be resolved independently by HR. HR is helpful and relevant to its employees. But disadvantage, the responsibility getting incorrect information. As a middleman, HR receives incorrect information. Many employees want HR to listen to their concern.
My name is Siti Masara binti Mustafa and my matric number is 81A3080. Today, I will present about the recommended course of action. The first is the HR manager must hold regular meeting between all department and employees. The meeting must be held once or twice a month. This can show that HR manager are also aware of the problem experienced by employees. This is so because a problem must occur while performing tasks or doing any activities. In addition, the HR manager can tell his importance to all employees and ask about the such as obtain, whether it is such as its work or their daily life. This is in turn to give more motivation to continue working while performing daily tasks. Therefore, employees and other managers will be more motivated and confident to work from day to day for the sake of the future. With this action, reputation will also be more improved and useful. The second is that HR managers must engage with employees who want to meet. This is because there are important issues that must be discussed, so it is necessary to meet with the HR managers. This show that not a problem can be solved alone because they are very important, and this is no way to find them. To avoid any issue or doubt among employees, HR need to make this discovery a very important meeting. Apart from problem, employees who want to meet also or learn something important to complete the task. To make things easier or mainly pleasant, HR manager need to provide support and encouragement to employees. So if this alternative works, it will improve the company from bad to good and will be known for having a good workforce, and no problem. Last but not least is that HR manager must maintain the common concept. This is because many HR managers only care about their subordinates. This alternative is perfect for solve the problem formed in this topic, which is the employees are convinced that HR care about their company than they do. Here, it can be shown that HR manager cannot discriminate against any employees. To solve this problem, HR manager must make all employees important in leadership. Therefore, this concept will make all employees comfortable to work. Finally, with a good organization and employees, the company will be more activities in the outside world and can also expand abroad. With this, many outside companies will want to invest in the company because it is free from any problem, and company share will also increase immediately.
Among the plan to be implemented is that companies need to direct human resources to hold meeting between employees and all departments. This meeting should be held at least once a month to ensure that problems related to the company can be had by all parties and can be resolved immediately without any dissatisfaction with each other. Therefore, when the company implements this plan according to the appropriate timeline, all problems can be solved well, and the company will also have positive impact. The next plan is the company need to ensure that human resources are obligated to with employees who want to meet them. Human resources should meet with employees when employees need them. Discussion between employees and human resources should be conducted regularly, at least once a week. Therefore, human resources are responsible for ensuring that they are aware of the problem faced by employees. The last implementation plan is that the company needs to maintain a common concept between all departments and employees. This concept should be maintained indefinitely in the company regardless of the rank of the employee. Companies should be strict in ensuring that human resources not discriminate against of employees. Therefore, human resources are responsible for ensuring that there is no difference among employees.